Hi, I'm Len. Welcome to Thrifty Tones. If you've ever had problems with your Floyd Rose style locking trem system, this is the video to watch. A lot of players over time will find that knife edges on their trem systems begin to wear, and a lot of the time the solution to that for a lot of players is to replace the actual unit. It can be a great modification for a guitar, but it's expensive. Also, you don't get a universal fit between different brand names as well, so sometimes it can be quite a tricky modification. A lot of the time as well, we don't take into account the different profile of different units. So in today's video, I wanted to look at methods that you can use to fix Floyd Rose systems which aren't returning to pitch properly. Actually, I've come up with a system which is really cheap, very easy and quick to do. Anyone can do this. And before you toss your Floyd Rose system into the bin, it's worth trying this method. This is a Jackson Dinky DK2 made in Japan model which I picked up recently, and I was really surprised when I got it. I mean, it was delivered and I knew it had come in used condition, but the bridge system was absolutely terrible. Whenever I did dive bombs on it, I could actually see that it wasn't returning to the correct position. You could actually see the angle that it came in on. A good thing to do is check that the springs at the back work, and try some new ones. I tried that, still had exactly the same problems. So I took the bridge off and I did some very simple basic repairs to it, which I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, so this is the point we're looking at here. These are the knife edges of a Floyd Rose system, and these are the most important contact points. So I've got my cheap files off Amazon. These were like £6, I think. And all I'm going to do to start with is break the tremolo down into small parts. So I basically just want the base plate here. So I'm going to take all the saddles off, unscrew everything, take out all of the screws that I can take out. The tuning screws won't come out, but I'm just going to remove everything. We just want the base plate. I'm going to take the block out. So really easy job. Allen keys and screwdrivers, just take that down. So here we go, just unscrewing the bridge. And we're just doing this really because we're going to have to put oil onto the base plate and some of the parts in a bit. So there we go, we've got the block removed, we've got the saddles removed, so I'm left with the base plate. And this is the point where we grab our files. Now I'm looking for a file here which is the rounded one. So one of the files in a small file set will have a sort of domed or rounded file blade on it. It's hard to see in this video, but there you go. So that one's the curved one, and that'll fit into these knife points absolutely perfectly. So all I do is file it down. We're just trying to get this back into an actual sharp knife point, and as I start to file, straight away you can feel the flattened point that's caused the tuning problems with this bridge. So as soon as I started filing, you could feel the burr start to sort of file down, and we're just going to file this away, just making this as sharp as we possibly can, so it's back to a knife point and tuning stability is completely restored. So just using that domed edge of the file, I'm just going through, and as I file through, I can feel that it's actually filing down. Don't forget to do both sides, so do the front and do the back of the tremolo, because all the problems at the front, they'll just be the same on the underside of the bridge as well. So it's flattened at that point, and I keep running my finger over it just to feel, has the burr gone, has the flattened point become sharp. So keep filing away. You don't have to be too careful with this. It's literally, it's like sharpening a chef's knife really. You're filing away to just get rid of that burr until it's a lovely sharp crisp end, and then you're ready to go. So front and back, keep on going. Notice I'm not just doing the point that touches the post as well, I'm doing inside as well, but that's been the main bit that I'm focused on, that little rusted flattened point there, and we're just getting rid of that now. And keep switching it over, front, back, keep turning it around. Okay, my erratic file in there, just because I'm trying to get back in focus, I think. There we go. So filing those to the really lovely and smooth and sharp. And there we go, and you can feel them. They feel really good now. It's like a sharp knife edge. And that feels absolutely great. So sorted there, really happy with that. There we go, and they feel great. So the next thing to do, once we're happy with those knife edges, is grab some 3-in-1 oil. This is an absolutely brilliant product for guitar metals. It's really, really good. Because we've filed down those edges now, we're just going to treat those with some of this 3-in-1 oil. It's going to prevent future rust, it's going to strengthen the point, it's going to lubricate the point. It's a really great product. I see a lot of guitarists using WD-40, and I can understand why, but WD-40 is a solvent. Really what you want to be using on your guitars. I wouldn't put WD-40 anywhere near a guitar. Every job that's used for, you want to be using 3-in-1 oil, I would say. So I've just got a plastic container here, and notice I've got all the screws from the Tremolo system, and I'm just going to spray on some of the 3-in-1 oil now, really liberally. Don't worry if you make a mess, we're going to clean it up later. Front and back, again, don't worry if you get it all over the bridge, all over the base plate, it's absolutely fine. You want to really douse those knife edges in 3-in-1 oil, and it'll be really good for them. And while we're here, we've got all these screws, we're just going to lubricate these as well, because we're going to clean them off later. It'll just add years and years onto these. It'll prevent any rust in the future, so we may as well do that while we're here as well. So there we go, so all lubricated, and that'll be really good for those knife edges. We'll just have a look at those. Yep, they look absolutely great. So they're just soaking in the 3-in-1 oil now. So we put it on really thick, so it's coating those knife edge points. Now this is a really important step. I've taken the posts off the guitar, and I've got my thinnest straight file here, and all I'm going to do is file through those contact points where the tremolo meets the post, and that little divot that you get in the post, I'm just going to get rid of any rust, get rid of any burrs, get rid of any flat points or corrosion that's in there. I'm just going to file that through. I've done both of those. I've edited that down a little bit just for speed, but so plenty of filing there. And again, you'll feel them sort of ebb away and sharpen. Bit of 3-in-1 oil on the posts as well, so we're just lubricating that point, and they can go into the same container as well. Okay, so you can let that sit for a significant amount of time. 3-in-1 oil will only do good things to the metal, so it can't do any harm. If you want to leave it overnight or even a couple of days, it's fine. I left this for a few hours, and then you just take some kitchen roll and just clean off each individual part. It's almost like when you rebuild a car engine. You take the pieces apart, you clean them, you lubricate them, you oil them, and then you clean them off again and put it all back together. So all the screws, everything that we've used, everything that we've oiled, we're just going to clean it up. It can be a bit of a messy job, this. You've got to wash your hands a few times afterwards. The 3-in-1 oil gets everywhere, but it's a really great product for just prolonging the life of our guitar tremolo. So then we just piece it all back together, screw all the saddles back in, screw the block in. Remember to put the block in first, and our knife edge points are all sharpened, and it's ready to go. So, having completed all the work on the bridge and fixing it back onto the Jackson, I was unsurprised really that it had completely fixed everything. The bridge worked absolutely brilliantly. These are actually really good units. I think the JT580LP is a really good bridge. It's not quite as good as an original Floyd Rose, but it's a bit clunkier, but a lot of players do quite like this bridge. So anyway, it completely fixed it. Saved me an absolute fortune having to replace that. for what was, it was less than £10 for the tools and the oil that went into it, but it works a treat now. So that's how you fix a Floyd Rose system for very little money. It's definitely worth trying before you replace any unit. I hope you liked the content today, and I hope that was useful for you. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if that information helps you save any Floyd Rose or licensed Floyd Rose systems. Thanks very much.